The UFC is finally back. This Saturday, December 7th, the UFC flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoja will be defending his belt against Japan's biggest MMA fighter, Kai Asakura. He's a very entertaining fighter. A lot of people are shitting on him right now because he's getting a title shot in his debut, but you have to understand that there's no clear-cut flyweight contender right now. And also, most of the fights are kind of recycled. There's going to be a bunch of rematches for Pantoja. Nobody really wants to see that, honestly. This is a new, fresh face, former Rising champion. He's a very good fighter. Firstly, Asakura is a very, very big name in Japan. If he's able to beat Pantoja, that's going to be great for the UFC and the flyweight division. It'll bring more eyes to the division, especially for a new market in Japan. That's going to do good business for the UFC. And it would be cool, if he's able to beat Pantoja. He has his first defense in the Tokyo Dome. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen if he's able to beat Pantoja. But firstly, he has to do it. Pantoja's a very, very good fighter. But besides that, honestly, I do favor Asakura in this fight. I think Pantoja's style actually complements Asakura's. Asakura is a guy that thrives in chaos. He kind of has that Dustin Poirier element where in chaos he's able to stay calm and he's able to find his shots, his counters. He showed it time and time again in his Rising fights. He looks for that big right hand, left hooks, uppercuts. He has a good variety, and I like that in his game. He's not one of those guys that look for one big overhand or, very, very basic. He's very diverse in his attacks. He has good head kicks, and he's very powerful as well. He's one of the only guys at flyweight that can one-shot guys. You don't really see that with flyweights. They're smaller guys, so they don't really have a lot of power like let's say a Figueiredo, but Asakura does have that potential to knock out Pantoja with one shot. He's very durable, but he's put out Horiguchi, Horiguchi's a very, very good fighter outside of the UFC. He actually fought in the UFC back in the day. I think he's an elite flyweight. He was able to put out Juan Archuleta. Archuleta's also a very good fighter from Bellator, a former champion. He's shown time and time again that he's very dangerous. Pantoja is 100% going to put Asakura on the back foot. And that's honestly where I think he's going to shine the most. The number one tool that I think Asakura is going to go to is the step-in knee to the body. That's one of his best shots on the feet. At Pantoja, he crashes forward recklessly. He does it all the time. He blitzes in. He's very naked. He wings hooks. And that's going to make him fall into that step-in knee up the middle. And I believe it's going to hurt him very bad. Or it's going to contribute to him fading later in the fight. In the Royval fight, in the Moreno fight, and even in the Usyk fight, he started to fade later on in the fight. And I believe that could also happen again with Asakura. Asakura is 100% going to invest to the body. But the way the fight's going to go, I think it's going to end in the first 3 rounds. It's going to be a car crash at all times, and I do favor Asakura to find the finish. Obviously, if Pantoja is able to find that entry, to secure a double leg, he's going to eventually, find that finish on Asakura. Asakura at times has given up his back. In the Rising fights, he's been taken down a few times. Cop took him down. Some other guys have taken him down. I don't remember their names, but I know it was with a body lock. Cap was able to secure a double leg. But to Asakura's credit, he reversed him and he was able to find his way up back to the feet. And that's been a story most of the times that Asakura has been taken down. He's able to work his way up back to the feet. He has good sprawling ability. We've even seen a month ago sparring footage from Marab. Marab was kind of implementing that Pantoja style, the reckless double leg, kind of chain wrestling that Pantoja likes to implement. He was securing the underhooks on Marab, sprawling the takedowns very easily. Marab is bigger than Pantoja. MMA math doesn't always work, but that does show promise that he has good takedown defense and he has an understanding of how to, sprawl and work his way up back to the feet, essentially. And also defensively, Pantoja is very stationary. He doesn't take angles. He's not a guy to evade punches. If anything, he's a guy to walk forward and go through the punches. So, I don't think that's a good idea to do with somebody like Asakura. He doesn't have head movement. He keeps his head on the center line. So I think even straight shots, Moreno showed that. You could jab him, shoot the straights down the middle and find the mark on Pantoja. Asakura is the bigger fighter here. He also has a longer reach. He's going to use his long weapons, his jab, his head kicks, slam around on Pantoja's guard. I honestly think this is going to be a beautiful display from Asakura. I think he's going to land a lot of his counter punches. I think he's going to hurt Pantoja. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of the MMA fan base on Saturday. And I do see a lot of people kind of bandwagoning to Asakura, but nevertheless, that's good for his stock. That's good for his fan base. Like I said, obviously, if Pantoja is able to secure entry, he is going to rear naked choke Asakura. I'm 100% on that. But I am confident early in Asakura being able to deny the entries and find the kill shot. That step in knee is going to work wonders. It's going to be essentially him punching, a punching bag. He's going to find a lot of his shots. I'm not saying Pantoja is absolutely, lifeless on the feet. He does have good power, and, Asakura has been hurt at flyweight before. He's never actually fought at 125, but he's fought at 130, which is technically near flyweight, I guess you could say. But when he's fought lower than 135, he has showed a worrying chin, and Pantoja does have good power. So if Pantoja is able to find that right hand on Asakura, I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to put him out. But he's very slow. He's very plotty. Asakura is going to see a lot of his entries and strikes coming. So I don't really see a big worry on the feet for Asakura. And he's going to make a big statement in his UFC debut. He's going to win the flyweight title. And I think his first defense is going to be against Brandon Moreno or Brandon Royval in the Tokyo Dome. I think that's the best move for the UFC. And we potentially have our next star in the UFC. This breakdown wasn't as long as I wanted it to, but I haven't made a video in like 10 days, so I'm just getting back into the groove. But trust me, Kai Asakura is going to put Alexandre Pantoja away in the first 3 rounds. I'm glad the UFC made this signing. I think this is going to be a signing that they're not going to regret. He's not going to be fraud checked. He's not going to be exposed. He's going to shine. He's going to shine, and he's going to put that boring goblin away.
Shooting gun just like a heroin deep in the pussy like a body burial. Bitch on the water name it aerial cutie booty. I'ma fuck up the woo. I wanna fuck in your mouth. I wanna fuck on your daughter, your house. I wanna make that bitch pussy my spouse. Show her Giuseppe, she open the mouth. I put bricks on the bitch, 30 Zans up for tits. I put Molly on the bitch. I put Molly on the bitch. I put bricks on the bitch, 30 Zans up for tits. I put Molly on the bitch. I put Molly on the bitch.
Hello everyone, my name is Kai Asakura. I'm here to make UFC flyweight division very exciting. I will fight against Alexandre Pantoja at UFC 310. I will put on show. See you soon.